Hello and welcome to In Summary. For decades, Sean Diddy Combs was untouchable, a music mogul, fashion icon, and self-made billionaire. But in late 2023, everything changed. So, how did one of hip hop's most popular figures end up at the centre of one of the biggest scandals in entertainment history? In this episode of In Summary, we break down the lawsuits, the federal investigation, and what this case means for the music industry, celebrity culture, and the justice system.
You think I could book that for like the weekend of the 14th when the soundtrack comes out? If so, bump somebody. All right, thanks. All right, love you, man. Bye. I got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh!
What started with one explosive lawsuit turned into a wave of serious allegations of abuse, trafficking, surveillance, and more.
So I'm performing, and I'm just really excited. I'm trying to give it my all, and I bust my ass in front of like 20,000. I'm talking about like when you fall flat on your back, but I tried to do to play it off. You know how when you fall and you act like there ain't nobody seeing, you just keep on rocking. But it was like I just felt I was embarrassed for like weeks.
Sean Diddy Combs, music mogul, entrepreneur, and culture icon, rose to fame in the 1990s as the founder of Bad Boy Records. He played a pivotal role in shaping the careers of artists like Notorious B.I.G., Faith Evans, and Maze. His reputation blended business savvy with lavish living, earning him mainstream crossover success in fashion, beverages, and television. Diddy remained an influential and high-profile figure in the hip-hop world well into the 2010s and early 2020s. But beneath the glitz and glam, whispers of misconduct, abuse, and toxic power dynamics surrounded his empire for years, mostly unspoken in mainstream media. In November 2023, a civil lawsuit filed by singer and former partner Cassie Ventura rocked the entertainment industry. Cassie accused Diddy of rape, physical abuse, and prolonged emotional manipulation over their decade-long relationship. Her lawsuit detailed graphic allegations, forced sex, drug-fueled parties, threats, and career sabotage. Within 24 hours, Diddy settled the case out of court, sparking debate. Was it a bid to silence or a way to avoid public trauma?
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy. Going to rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
The settlement didn't quell the storm. It triggered a wave of additional lawsuits and claims. Following Cassie's lawsuit, multiple individuals, women and men, filed their own civil suits under the New York Adult Survivors Act. These suits accused Diddy of sexual assault, trafficking, illegal surveillance, and hosting exploitative parties. One suit alleged Diddy groomed and assaulted underage individuals under the guise of music mentorship.
It's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes, you know what I'm saying, before pause was invented, you know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes.
Allegations spanned decades, including the 1990s, 2000s, and 2010s, suggesting a long-standing pattern. Some lawsuits named co-defendants, members of his staff, bodyguards, and even music industry insiders who allegedly enabled and ignored the abuse. The term Diddy's freak-offs began appearing in the media, referring to alleged coerced sex parties with drugs and violence. The Department of Homeland Security and the FBI reportedly opened investigations into possible sex trafficking and interstate crimes. Dramatic footage showed armoured vehicles, helicopters, and armed agents swarming his properties. Multiple electronic devices were seized, reportedly in connection to federal investigations into trafficking and racketeering. The raids were conducted by Homeland Security Investigations, which typically handles serious federal crimes. 2 of Diddy's adult sons were briefly detained and released. There were no indications they were suspects. The public reaction was intense. Media outlets likened the scenes to takedowns of criminal empires.
They kind of dissed, this young adult generation. And I think that's been the secret to my success is I celebrate young adults. I celebrate what their dreams are, what their visions are, how they live their lives. I really get into the nuances of what they like.
Celebrities began distancing themselves. Former associates and protégés issued vague statements or deleted posts. Diddy cancelled public appearances and halted most business operations. As of May 2025, Diddy's federal trial is underway in New York, where he faces charges including sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The trial has garnered significant media attention, particularly due to the testimony of his former partner, singer Cassie Ventura. Cassie testified over 4 days, detailing a relationship with Combs that spanned more than a decade. She described instances of physical and emotional abuse, coercion into drug-fueled sexual encounters referred to as freak-offs, and threats involving explicit recordings. Ventura alleged that Combs used his influence and threats to maintain control over her, leading to a prolonged period of abuse. During her testimony, Ventura recounted a 2018 incident where she met with Combs for closure after their breakup, during which she alleged he raped her. She also spoke about developing an opioid addiction as a coping mechanism for the trauma she endured. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges. His defense team argues that the sexual activities were consensual and that Ventura's participation was voluntary. They also highlighted text messages between Combs and Ventura that they claim indicated a consensual relationship. Following her testimony, Cassie Ventura released a statement describing the experience as empowering and healing, expressing hope that her actions would inspire other survivors to come forward. Her husband, Alex Fine, publicly supported her, praising her strength and resilience. The trial is expected to continue for several more weeks, with additional witnesses and evidence to be presented. If convicted, Combs could face life imprisonment. The proceedings are being closely watched, given the high-profile nature of the case and the serious allegations involved. Attorneys argue Diddy leveraged his fame and wealth to control and silence victims for years. His attorneys claim these are attempts to extort money or revive careers, citing lack of police reports at the time of incidents. Diddy stepped down from his chairman role at Revolt TV and other business ventures. Music streaming services began de-emphasizing Diddy-related content in their playlists and promotions. BET cancelled planned Diddy tributes and red carpet events. Institutions that once honored him, including Howard University, reconsidered awards or affiliations. A once revered mogul was now seen through a drastically different lens. This legal saga has become part of a larger reckoning in hip-hop, echoing the Me Too movement. Diddy's case draws parallels with R. Kelly and Harvey Weinstein in terms of scope and potential systemic abuse. Critics have raised questions about music industry enablers who allegedly looked the other way for years. The case also reignites debates around celebrity power, wealth shielding, and the abuse of NDAs. As the case gets underway, Diddy faces mounting legal jeopardy on multiple fronts. Federal prosecutors have built a case drawing on financial records, seized media and cooperating witnesses. Diddy's once unshakable empire is now under intense scrutiny, both legally and publicly. Whether he'll face life in prison remains uncertain, but the damage to his legacy is already significant.